Hello and welcome to the channel, Jalasan Tarot. My name is Kimberly and super thrilled for you guys to be here. So let's get straight into today's topic. We are talking today about their feelings, this person you are currently thinking about, and we're tapping in to the energy of what and how they are feeling for you right now. What are the details surrounding their emotions? And just whatever it is that's going on between the both of you, what is that activating within inside them? We're going to take a look at that. And if that sounds like your reading, then you're at the right place. We are going to start with a different tarot deck for each of the readings, and then we're going to get into the oracle. I feel like we're going to get a little bit more in depth today, so I hope you are comfortable because we are going to get into it. So, with that in mind, the timestamps are down below in case you want to just hop over straight to your pile. But for those of you that want to stick around for the pile selection, let's get into that. So, for pile 1, we have this lapis lazuli crystal. And we will be using the Landscapes Tarot for your reading today, Group 1. So the Landscapes Tarot with the lapis lazuli for our Group 1. For pile 2, we have the selenite crystal. And we will be using the Mermaid's tarot deck for today's reading. So the Mermaid's tarot with the selenite for our Group 2. For pile 3, we have the jasper. And we will be using the Wild Reflections tarot deck for your reading today, Group 3. So the Wild Reflections with this piece of jasper for our Group 3. Guys, feel free to take a moment if you need to tap in with the energy of the tarot deck or the crystal or just the energy of the reading, the pile. We're tapping into all the details of how they're feeling about you right now. So regardless of what's coming through, I hope you're in a right state of mind to receive the messages, guys. We're gonna look at all the angles and see what's going on. So if you are ready for your reading, I will meet you over there. Bye. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading today. If you chose the lapis lazuli and or the Landscapes Tarot, then let's get started, guys. We're talking today about how are they feeling for you right now, this person that's on your mind. How are they feeling about you, about this connection? We're tapping into this energy for a reason. But regardless of what's going on in the current situation with this person, guys, hopefully there will be some insights and details that are needed for you, for your higher self. And again, that's always the intention. So Spirit, thank you so much for coming through as always for our collective energy, for our Group 1. May we get the best messages for group one's higher self today, Spirit, when it comes to this energy. All right, let's go ahead and cut the deck one more time and let's get into it, guys. Spirit, thank you again. How are they currently feeling about you? Let's see. We're tapping in. I hear a drill outside, some construction. It's like poking the bear. So we got the Seven of Swords coming through in the reverse. Look at that kangaroo. Okay, we got the Hanged Man. I'm gonna take it in reverse, guys. It's card number 12, Pisces energy, our first major arcana. We have another reversal. What is this? Nine of Wands. How are they currently feeling, Spirit? How are they feeling right now? All right, there's one that fell on the ground here, and we got the Lovers. And it did fall upright on the ground. This is card number 6, guys. This is Gemini energy. And the Queen of Swords. Rolling out. Okay. All right, let me confirm a couple of things, guys. I am getting a few messages already, but I just want to make sure that I'm looking at the big picture here. So let's see. Why is the Seven of Swords in reverse, Spirit? What do we need to see? We have the Queen of Wands. Wow. With the Hanged Man, we're getting the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So we got 2 nines. How are they feeling right now? Okay, this is falling in the reverse on the ground, the Chariot. Card number 7, and that is Cancer energy. Let's just, all right, I don't know what to do here. All right. And now it's falling on the ground again in the reverse. Okay, because I was about to take it upright, but Spirit is like, I don't think so. So we're taking it in reverse, guys. And again, that was just the feeling I got right there. Okay, this is also falling on the ground upright. What is this? 3 of Swords. I had a feeling. It's something about a choice. This person made a different choice than this connection. The Sun in reverse. Guys, Leo energy. And this is card number 19. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit in reverse. Another 9. Virgo energy. Strong Mercury. It's almost a feeling of a conversation that never really, that created some sort of heartbreak, and now there's a conversation that needs to take place that is not. Guys, this might be some difficult energy I'm getting, so I hope you're okay. And if you are in a very sensitive mood, this might not be the right time for this type of reading, because we are going to look at the layers of what's going on with this person. But initially, right out the gate, I am getting the feeling that this person is having a difficult time seeing a different perspective when it comes to you, this connection, romance in general. It's the way they are viewing things currently that are keeping them in a status of not wanting to rock the boat. It's 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 like they feel they're at peace, but I don't think they're at peace. I feel like they are numbing themselves out a little bit. So there is a choice that I feel like this person has made that led to some sort of heartbreak in this connection, guys. We got the Three of Swords. That is a very strong indicator that you and this person may have broken up. Things may have ended, things may have disconnected between the both of you, or the feeling of overwhelm, heartbreak is the feeling like this. You're standing on your own island and you're surrounded by blood, by wounds, open wounds. And it's coming through with the Lovers. Now, the Lovers has so many different representations. I think a lot of people misrepresent the Lovers sometimes because, yes, the Lovers is, the word lovers in and of itself, right? It's about love, a connection, but it's more so about a choice, guys. And I feel as though this person has you or this person. But I feel like there was a choice that was made that led to heartbreak. And now it's the feeling of this person's having a difficult time seeing out of this perspective that they are now on. I feel the feeling that they feel is they don't want to be stressed out. They don't want to be in the thick of receiving more wounds and being like the person that gets battered on. It's feeling very wounded, this energy, guys, this what this person is feeling. And it could go both ways. But I feel more so if you're coming through as the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands energy, it is someone that is in their strength. So I feel, collective, that you are in your logical space. I don't think you're being carried away too much by your emotion. However, you could be leading with your passion in a logical way. So that could have induced some truths. You may have dropped some truth bombs on this person. And now this person is kind of stuck looking at a perspective that they may perhaps not, they don't want to see. I don't feel like they're thinking about forward movement. I feel like they want to hide out, guys. I don't think that they're in a reflective energy right now. In other words, I don't think whatever this disconnect is between the both of you, a no contact, you guys aren't speaking in some regard, this is not really doing this person any good. I feel like the status within this person right now is a lack of movement. They're kind of numbing themselves out, and it's feeling a very static. Is that the word I'm trying to see? I feel like it's like where this person isn't seeking growth. They kind of been complacent. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. They're very complacent right now. They're not trying to take action. But a lot of it is that they're stuck in a mindset right now that they're not really seen out of. I do feel like there might be some truths. If there was any communication, if the Queen of Wands vocalized anything that is pretty much resonating with this person is having a difficult time coming to terms with any revelations that they may have been told about themselves. If that makes sense. This is very specific, but I feel like some of you may have vocalized things about this person that this person may not be ready or have been ready to hear. And it's leaving them in a state of a lack of correspondence. They're not moving. They don't want to communicate. And they don't want to go inward, guys. It's not the best energy I'm feeling from this person, but a lot of it could be that they are feeling that heartbreak, like whatever it is that was spoken to them, told to them, whatever the status is between you and this person, it is leaving this person in a feeling of, oh gosh, I don't want to say depression, but it's like they're not wanting to recognize it, they're not wanting to go there. So it's it's kind of sad. Again, they're feeling very isolated, they're feeling very alone, and it's like the feeling of they don't have anyone to help them right now. But I don't even think they want that, but they're also feeling sad, sorry for themselves about it. I do feel that they may feel they're feeling a lack of happiness, a lack of joy. I do feel like there is a huge disconnect. I do believe also that they know that you are coming through in a very logical, very intelligent place. So if you did communicate something to them that is waking them up, or maybe they're having a hard time waking up too because they may have been in denial, or they may not have been trying to face any truths about themselves. And something about it is making them go kind of hide under a crawl into a crawl space, like they don't want to show themselves. Yet they also feel a little bit of that victim mentality of feeling isolation, feeling like no one understands, no one is gonna want to talk to them about this. It's like they feel like they have no one right now. It's kind of sad. I don't feel like this person has really gained any strength independently. They are feeling a little bit of that lack of fulfillment, that lack of abundance. It's feeling a little, I was going to say sad, but it's just feeling a little stark. Is that a word? But it doesn't feel good right now. I feel like they're kind of surrounded in this darkness through this energy of this heartbreak, but also like just what they've cultivated or the lack of what they've cultivated in their own 3D. They are feeling stuck. I feel also that they may be having difficult time making decisions, making choices, knowing how to move forward. So this is kind of the energy I'm getting, guys, and um it's kind of lacking in that strength, that individual strength of someone. So if we're talking today about how they're feeling for you, it it is a lot of that heartbreak, a little it is a lot of that despair, and I'm like tripping over my own words. It's like I don't know how to talk to people. This person doesn't know how to talk to people right now, so they're choosing not to, but I don't think it's helping them. But they don't want to stress themselves out, but I think it's backfiring, guys. It's like the person doesn't want to go into the fire, but the fire is coming to them regardless. And they're trying to shut it down. They're trying not to go there. They're numbing themselves out in a way. Is there anything I want to go deeper on, Spirit? Strength in reverse? Before we get into the oracle, we do have a lot of oracle. I want to get in deeper of how they are feeling about you specifically, aside from this heartbreak. But it honestly is making them immobile. It's like they malfunctioned. Let's see about this lovers. Lovers here, Spirit. What choice? Page of Wands. Another 9, a 9 of Swords in reverse. and the Five of Cups. This is telling a little bit of a story, guys, with the Three of Swords here. Something about their decision or the lack of the decision may have not been easy for them. I am getting that they felt that sadness. They felt that they're feeling this despair of maybe the wish that wasn't fulfilled when it comes to you, when it comes to this connection. They may have distracted themselves. They may have not really wanted to go inward. And I don't know, they could have, in and of itself, gotten in their own way, in their own mind space. They lost control of their emotions when it comes to romantic energy, specifically when we're reading your energy right now. Group one, it's the feeling of they just they're falling apart now, that's for sure. And their emotions are all over the place. So let's take a look at if we could get any specifics. Because again, right now, the energy that is permeating in this reading is heartbreak, despair, sadness, loss, pain, but also a feeling that this person is trying to numb this out. So in essence, not really feeling anything. They could be partaking in substances, but if that's not the type of person they are, they could be doing anything to kind of numb themselves out, including isolating and vegging out. Let's see if there's any specific details we could get on that. But I also want to bring it back to anything else they are feeling right now when it comes to you, group one. Like what happened? What didn't happen in this connection? I feel this person just didn't make a good decision. Something about the way they are thinking and the perspective that they have on this connection is just not aligning for them. So let's see. We're starting with the heart's hidden secrets. I love all the oracle we're using today is some of my favorite oracle to use for a reading like this. So I want to see what we could get. This is one of my OG decks. So let's see, Spirit. How are they feeling for our group one? What do we need to see this person? How are they feeling? Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, heart fog. We're going to leave the bottom of the deck over here just because it could be a lot of cards sometimes. Okay, we're getting intimacy, family, one day, chasing foundation. Interesting. Wow. I mean, because this gives us an indicator, guys, that this person's emotions are not going anywhere, even though they're trying to numb it out a little bit. They're not really going inward. They're not really growing out of whatever it is that. So in other words, whatever it is that happened between you and this person might be caught in a cycle if there's no growth from this person. And it could be like a runner chaser cycle. We are getting chasing. But someone is not doing the chasing. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the energy we're tapping into. You know, how are they feeling? They're feeling like a person that wants to run and hide. But if we are going deep and seeing truly what those feelings are, if they were able to be honest with themselves, I would even say to accept these feelings that they are feeling, is kind of hope of a future. I'm wondering if they're focusing on building a foundation for themselves. That Nine of Pentacles in reverse, that is a person that hasn't really activated their inner worth, their journey, their independent journey of fulfillment, abundance, and just being in their own power. And that's the Nine of Pentacles, let alone a queen, a king, an emperor, an empress. This person is, and they're kind of in that, with the Hermit in reverse, that feeling of another nine. This is nines galore, and the nines in tarot represent a lone journey. Yet we're getting a lot of that journey being blocked, being complacent, numbing it out, not going inward. So this person is a little stuck in forward movement, even in their own self-development journey. So a lot of what they need to kind of go inward on is, or to figure out externally, internally, probably both, is creating that foundation. One day, family, intimacy, maybe that is what they envision for themselves. This doesn't seem like a bad person, a person that is like player energy, going from one person to another. It's a person that isn't ready for this because something about their own foundation hasn't been built. And that's very difficult. That might be so difficult to hear, Group 1. But that is the reality when you are trying to match with someone in a serious way, in a beautiful way. This is beyond surface level where looks, it's not just about looks, right? It's about aligning in with a person in multiple ways. I've discovered that is so important. In that spiritual way, aligning spiritually or religiously, aligning your moral, your ethics, your moral code. That's huge, right? But also aligning in a, sovereign energy type of way, right? If this person hasn't really gotten themselves together independently, it's going to be very difficult for a person to match with someone that's already on that journey. If you're coming through as queens, Queen of Wands, a person full of passion and beauty in and out, and the Queen of Swords, someone that is intelligent, thinks things through, you're honest, and yeah, maybe you're still working on your own stability, but you've managed to build some energy, some sovereign energy that this person sees within you, whereas they are stuck accessing their lone journey, their nines, their purpose. All right, I want to move on to truth. See if we could see what else they're feeling about you specifically, because this could feel more general. They could also be thinking about you specifically when it comes to this energy of future vision, knowing what they want, knowing that they are the type of person that would want to be in that energy one day to deliver that commitment, to match that foundation, to create that stability within a partnership, to have a family, however that might look, right? One day. Is it with you specifically? Or are they completely not focused on any one person? Let's see. Let's dig a little deeper, guys. How are they feeling about you specifically? Let's look at the Truth Oracle and see what comes through. Ooh, we got a card that I missed. Letting go. Let's put that. Wow, but I caught it. I didn't let go of it. See? So let's see. Pet. The funny thing is, when I was thinking of family, I was thinking of whether you have a family of pets, a family of humans. But they could be needing some type of comfort, this person. Especially if they're on an island on their own. Like we talked about, they're in that like isolation. talent coming at the bottom of the deck. We have apple, forbidden fruit I'm getting right now, miracle, drinks, home, and pet. Whoa. Okay. To go back to distracting oneself, to numbing oneself. Literally, this could be a confirmation. They could be, and again, if it's not sounding like this person, then it might not be specific, like alcohol or medicinal herbs, if you catch my drift, or anything else that might kind of food. It could be food, right? Like food coma. Anything that could numb someone and be that external type of that raises your cortisone levels immediately, so that this person doesn't need to think, doesn't need to feel. And that is why they're sitting probably in this despair. It's like they're feeling sorry for themselves, yet they know that, gosh, what am I feeling right now? It's like it's not that they feel sorry from themselves, but they're almost creating this world where people might see them and feel sorry for them. And they know this. Does that make sense? It's like they know how this looks, that they are the victim right now. They are in a 3 of Swords. But here's the reality of how it does look from our perspective, from the spiritual side of things, guys, what we're tapping into. This person is stuck. They're playing the victim to others, but really they're not going inward. They're sitting in complacency. They're numbing themselves, which doesn't feel healthy. And they're leading with temptation in order to be okay with where they're at. It's like they're giving themselves permission to do what they're doing right now. And I get it. Like sometimes you need to be in this energy, but after a while, after some time, if you're stuck in it, it's not helping you, it's not serving you, then why are you still in it? Then it could start becoming a little toxic. So I do feel like this person, right now, it does feel like, and they may be thinking like, I need a miracle, something to get me out of this. They're like in this funk, but it's kind of down in the trenches. Like they're not getting out of it. And that's the thing, guys. I feel like they are able to get out of it if they made that choice. But they're not even going inward. It's frustrating even to read this energy, just because I would want this person to heal as well. You know, it's not easy to be in a feeling of despair, a feeling of heartbreak. And I understand that. Again, to go back to feeling a certain way about someone going through it, and they get it. They know that that's what they are coming off as to others. But if I were to give them tough love, if I were a friend in their life, I would say, dude, person, what have you learned? What do you need to work on? What's going on? What needs to shift in your perspective? What needs to change? Okay. So forgiveness. Let's get into, we got a few more oracle, a couple more oracle, and then we have our advice stacks. So we're going to start with true love. I want to see, romantically speaking, again, we kind of already understand this energy, guys. But if there's anything else, Spirit, romantically, specifically for our group 1, when it comes to this person, regardless of what's going on right now in their energy. All right. Whoa. This fell in my lap. I caught it. We got the divine masculine. We got the distorted feminine. This is interesting. What is this? Life purpose. And that's the energy I was getting with the nines. We're going to keep it, guys. I feel like that was on purpose. That was meant to be. The silver waterfall. We could only hope that this person is going through something like a silver waterfall, which for me feels like an awakening of some kind, but they're not going through it right now. So here's what is happening, guys, okay? I will be honest. Their feelings for you right now are, generally speaking, more in that heartbreak, despair, Three of Swords energy, whatever it is that happened between you and this person. This person is sitting in those emotions. They're not really focused on their other emotions when it comes to you, whether it's loving or whatever those type of emotions are. That's not what we're picking up on. They also are focusing on distraction. And I do feel like they are very imbalanced right now. We're getting the divine masculine, which would, you know, kind of say that this person is feeling that energy, but I don't think they are, guys. I feel like if anything, that's what they're focused on, trying to access their external foundation, building something that could create that divine masculine energy within them, whether they're male or female, focusing on work, building that foundation, finances, saving, focusing on what they think matters in order to access this divine masculine energy. However, what they are sitting in and what we have been picking up in, whether they're male or female, it does not matter, is distorted feminine energy, guys. That toxic feminine energy. All of us human beings have both feminine, masculine, whether it's toxic or not, that is up to us, right? As individuals. But the distorted feminine could feel very lacking confidence, very needy, overthinking, lacking that self-worth, not really understanding self-worth. If this is what this person is going through, I could see why they're numbing themselves to romance. And yes, it is coming with a layer of heartbreak. But maybe, and I'm going to be honest, guys, maybe they had no choice. Because if they're dealing with this energy of distortion and getting into balance and lacking that worthiness, they're not really going to improve they're not going to improve you or add to your life or your world or your energy in any way. And they know this. So they're focusing on their own life purpose. And I'm going to be honest, guys, they're not doing it right. They're sitting in complacency. They're numbing the pain away. But that could just be where they need to be, especially if this has just happened. I don't want to be so hard on this person if this is kind of what they need to go through in order to get through a heartbreak. But if it's been weeks, months, and they're sitting in this energy and feeling sorry for themselves, then this is not going to get any better. And what does that mean for you, collective? That means that this is not the right person for you. And I think you know this. If this connection went south, there's a reason for that. And I know that's so hard to hear sometimes, right? Like, especially when there's emotions involved, whether it's one-sided or it feels unrequited, or you know deep down that this person has emotions, right? Because they wouldn't be feeling this heartbreak if those emotions weren't there. The problem is they're just not in control of them. They're denying them. They're not accepting them. And it's because they probably have so much going on in their world, but they're being complacent in their world. So it's this person needs to get their life together. You know what I mean? They need to get their life. So Let's go to romance angels. Let's see if there's anything else, Spirit, for feelings when it comes to this person, when it comes to our collective, that we have not picked up on. Specifically because this person isn't focused on it. You know, they're numbing their emotions, if anything, you know, so, but generally speaking, we did pick up on energy of what this person may intend for themselves one day. But is that general or is that specific for our group one? Is there anything we need to see? Calling in your soulmate, flopping out, but I want to make sure we're ready. So let's try that again. All right, let's give it one more. All right, guys. Spirit, how are they feeling for our group one right now? What do we need to see? How is this person currently feeling? Ooh. Are we taking all three of those? I don't think so. They didn't come up right, and that's usually Spirit and I's way to communicate if too many cards come through. So let's see. All right, bottom of the deck, keep an open mind. We're getting a few interesting, okay. We got true love, which I think is interesting. Make the effort. Let go of control issues. Forgiving and learning, finances, and career. I feel this person does understand that they would be the one that needs to make the effort in order to access some sort of love, true love. Are they there yet, guys? I don't think they are. I feel as though with the King of Cups coming in reverse, the feeling of lacking that control in their emotions came through right away very strongly. And I feel like that could be something that this person is not ready to really focus on, their emotional space. They're allowing it to be haywire in the background, even though that doesn't feel good, and it's probably creating some distortion. But they are a type of person that likes to control, perhaps, and love, romance, that's something you can't always control, guys. And if they are not feeling good and stable with their foundation, with their life purpose, within finances, career, I feel as though they are feeling that this is something they wouldn't be able to control right now. So whether or not they make the effort toward true love, that is going to be up to them. But in this current energy, I don't think that's what's happening. But I do believe that they understand that that's what it's going to be. That's what's needed out of them. But they're sitting in a mindset that's not going to shift out of where they are currently at, guys. So I think this is just what we're getting from this person right now. And again, this could be very frustrating, especially if you guys have shared some intimacy and there has been a connection. But we're getting the Three of Swords. So whatever it is that you and this person may or may not have built, whether it was an inkling of a foundation or not, the feeling right now is a little bit of that heartbreak, sitting in that despair, but not really wanting to fix it, not really seeing things differently. And also a little bit this person leaning more into being okay with people seeing them as the victim right now. But really, I feel like they're just being complacent. That's just what I'm getting. They need to take action. They need to figure out what purpose, what's going to drive them forward. And again, this is just me going down this rabbit hole with this person, but to bring it back to you, collective, let's move on to our advice, okay? Because I feel, I'm going to be honest, I don't think this is the right person for you right now. I don't know if this is the right person in general for you, but again, that is, you know, I'm only saying that because I care for you. It's always your choice to use discernment and to always make the right decision for you and not chase energy that's not meeting you halfway, and that could be really sad. That could be really difficult to see. So I hope that you're in a good space. I hope that you are in your strength, whether you're feeling heartbreak or not toward this person, for this person. You might be confirming that you've made the right decision in accepting where this connection is, holding true to your strength. So that's more so of what I'm getting from the collective. But for a few of you that really might be having a hard time hearing these messages, remember, whatever's meant for you will not pass you by. And again, if this person is so emotionally unavailable, it might be an indicator that you yourself might be in that energy as well. If that's what you're attracting into your field. Does that make sense? All right, let's get into your advice, guys. I love you. Let's see. What advice? What's our intuitive whispers? What do we already know? I'm glad I'm choosing this for advice. Intuitive whispers. It's like what we already kind of know. So what do we need to see, Spirit? For group 1. I wanted 2 cards, so this is what we're gonna look at. The purples. Explore fullness, card number 35, and we're getting move through your fear, card number 41. Ooh, one next step, card number 36, more purple, that crown chakra. Guys, I feel like you see a different picture. You might be going and accessing a little bit more of your spiritual energy. You might be going down a road, connecting with spirit in a more conscious way. So I feel like you're in a better place. And explore fullness is the feeling of, focusing on this energy right now is so narrow, a narrow path that might not serve you at all. Focusing on this person, focusing on this energy. So explore fullness, exploring other avenues, the fullness of where you are. And it sounds to me like you are in that expansion energy right now. So allow that energy to embrace it. And move through the fear of the unknown, of walking away from something that's not happening right now and might not happen ever. Again, don't attach to outcome. If this person's meant for you, it will happen in divine timing. And you have to honor that and have faith in that, right? But move through your fear could be the representation of being okay to move forward in an expansive way into the unknown, shaking things up for yourself, taking one step at a time, taking the next step, taking that aligned step, All right, guys, I love you so much. I hope this gave you insight, helped you in some way when it comes to this person, when it comes to this energy. You are super strong and embody that strength and that power that energy. Don't forget. And again, I love you. Hopefully I will see you again. Bye. Hey guys, and welcome to your reading today. If you chose the selenite crystal or the Mermaid's tarot, then you made it to the right place and want to get straight into your reading today. We're tapping into the energy of how exactly are they feeling right now when it comes to you? What are their emotions? What are the details of how they are feeling in regards to whatever situation you might find yourself in when it comes to this person? So we're going to look at everything, guys, and I hope you are comfortable. We're going in deep. So how are they feeling for you right now? Spirit, thank you so much for always coming through for our collective energy. May we get the best messages for our group too. Higher self today, Spirit. Thank you. All right, guys, let's get into our Mermaid tarot. How are they feeling for you right now? What do we need to see, Spirit? How are they feeling? So we're getting the Five of Swords as our first card coming through in the reverse. Okay, so we're also getting another, I thought it was a 5. This is the Four of Cups in reverse. And it's coming through with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, guys. Don't be nervous about reversals. It does give us readers a different perspective to kind of gauge with the energy. We got a King of Cups. How are they feeling? Knight of Cups. This is interesting, guys. So why is the Five of Swords in reverse here? Does this person want peace? Spirit, what are we looking at? We got a Page of Cups. We got a lot of water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces coming through. And again, we're talking about feelings. We got a King of Cups, guys. This is pretty strong emotions. Why is a Four of Cups here in reverse? What is this energy, Spirit? What do we need to see? The High Priestess. So that's card number 2, Pisces energy, water energy again. But this is our first major arcana. Did get a lot of court cards, but aside from the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Cups energy. So let's see. Why is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Spirit? What do we need to see with this? We have the Hanged Man falling sideways, but I always take that upright. Card number 12. This is Pisces energy again. Wow. Strong Pisces coming through. Water sign in general. Doesn't mean you or this person are a water sign. We also got a little bit of that Leo energy with strength. Card number, gosh, this like messed me up for a second. Card number 8. I wanted to say 7, but I know that's not right. The 7 is Chariot, but that's what I was feeling for a moment. Also looking at that beautiful whale energy with the King of Cups. Wow. That is interesting how the whale energy came through. Okay, let's get our last card. But I'm going to be honest, guys. Two of Cups. This is feeling very strong. These emotions are feeling like it could be love. And I was going to say that before the Two of Cups came out. Bottom of the deck energy, we are getting Justice in reverse. Interesting. And you know what? I think, and Judgment in reverse. Both of these are major arcana. The Hierophant in reverse. But what's right after that? The Knight of Wands. A lot of reversals at the bottom of the deck. Wow. And honestly, it feels as though this could have been the energy. I don't think you and this person have gone too deep into this connection. However, there may be some history or long-standing energy between the both of you where it feels deep regardless. So let's start there. How are they feeling about you? You know, initially we got the three cards coming through in reverse. And of course, I had to remind the viewer, whoever's coming in for the collective, not to be scared of reversals. And there's a reason why I said that. Because, first of all, we got the Five of Swords in reverse. It feels as someone is putting up the white flag of peace. I'm getting the imagery of someone not wanting to fall into conflict. They don't want this to be a problem, a challenge. They want this to be smooth. And I think it's coming through with the page because of their intention of action. I feel like this is going to come through as a little bit more, less overwhelming. This person is going to come in a softer energy. It's like crush energy with the Page of Cups. Could feel like a new start, a new beginning as well between the both of you. But this person, you know, maybe one of the things that they are feeling is, are they going to be able to create justice from where they may have left things off with you? And the energy I'm getting from the past is kind of through these reversals up here. The feeling of this person may have been in an energy of not really wanting to offer any type of stability, commitment, connection, relationship, whether it was, you know, spiritually based or not. I feel like one of the things that they are feeling is that what conflict was produced because of these type of actions. And whether that was actions with you or in their past, I do feel it's something that they're looking at it from a different perspective, a different angle when it comes to you specifically. So to go back to the Five of Swords and the Page of Cups, the feeling of putting down one sword, not making something difficult, challenging, things being more at peace and calm and smooth. And with the Four of Cups, it could have been the energy of what this person was kind of committed to at one point. A Four of Cups energy is someone that's stuck, not seeing the opportunity. This particular person looks like they're intoxicated. They're kind of in their feels. A little emo energy I'm getting a little bit. And the cup that's being offered in the background is being completely ignored. This could have been once upon a time the energy between the both of you, or what you may have sensed from this person and where they kind of are leaving past our old energy behind and falling into a new frequency. It's like something hit them upside the head. They're waking up perhaps to something a little bit more deep within. It could be their own spiritual awakening of some sorts where they, and I'm not saying they're going through a spiritual awakening, but it's the feeling of them just being real with themselves, being more conscious with truly who they are, what they want, where they're at. It's like they woke up to themselves. So in that, are they seeing the opportunity? Absolutely. And that is something that we're looking at with the Hanged Man and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's the offer that went unsaid, undelivered, unspoken. You see this person kind of against the tree, taking notes, paying attention, being vigilant. With it coming in reverse, this person could be or could have been snooping behind the scenes, keeping tabs on you, looking at you and this connection from a different angle before they've made a move. Either way, how they are feeling now is completely different than how they had, where they started. It's like the feeling where they grew up a little bit. We got a page to a king. In fact, we got the page to a knight to a king. The energy feels like it evolved. It progressed. So we're also getting the Two of Cups. Let's not ignore that, guys. We're talking about how are they feeling about you right now. We got the King of Cups and the Two of Cups. The surrounding energy of the Strength and the Knight is forward movement. It's the embodiment of growing and expanding on how they feel. I'm going to be honest, guys. This is, if I were to say what energy depicts love, this is the combination. This is the winning combination for that energy of this person feels love for you, in love energy. And yes, you still make them nervous. They still have that like conk in the background. They still have like that crush energy when they are thinking about, you know, maybe that's what was so challenging for them to begin with. Their old habits, their old ways, you know, feeling more comfortable in a runner chaser or ignoring a quality type of experience, quality type of person. You know, thinking that something more challenging was the right course of action. But now they are seeing that maybe the right course of action is when they are feeling alignment with someone in a very spiritual, deep way. And it does for them. I'm feeling this, guys, so I'm not sure if this is accurate or not, but this person feels that this is mutual, that you too might be feeling love for them. Although they're not really focused on you as an individual, they are really in the depths of their emotions though. And what better way to talk about their emotions when it is bubbling to the surface for them? So it's like very hard to miss. And the thing is, it's growing in excitement, it's growing in strength, in the sense where it's feeling where this person, it's like the love that they just, it's like they're trying to control this love, and maybe they're doing a good job of it, but it's like it's the control of this love that's expanding, and the person is expanding with their emotions. It's very difficult to explain, but I hope I'm explaining it right. It's as though the person is adjusting to how their emotions are growing for you. I want to see, before we move on, is there any clarifiers? Because we do have a lot of the oracle to get deeper into their emotions, their feelings, any other perspective we could gauge of how they're feeling about this connection or the current situation that you and this person might be dealing with, because we're not really seeing what's going on. We're really tapping into the emotions though. So with that in mind, Spirit, I want to see what Let's see. The High Priestess and the Four of Cups in reverse. What are they? What have they learned? What are they thinking? Ten of Swords. Maybe they have dealt with betrayal. Something ended in their energy. And maybe that's what they have been trying to release or were trying to release upon meeting you, upon having this new opportunity with someone that could be love. Knight of Wands. Ooh, a passionate betrayal. This person feels like born again in that way. Wow, as soon as I said that, Ace of Cups and Eight of Swords, like untrapping themselves from being stuck and knowing and wanting a new, fresh beginning. And it's the Ace of Cups. Again, it's an emotional beginning with someone. They've fallen in love. I feel like they experienced some truly, look at Judgment in reverse again. They experienced something in their past, guys. This might not have anything to do with you. I feel as though this is something this person has learned, and they don't want to make the same mistake twice. They don't want to misjudge. So they want to be in complete control and full capacity of how they are feeling their emotions. They're tuning into that frequency, that energy, and it's almost as though they're viewing it, they're monitoring it. Are they committed to forward action? That might be the issue here. How is the pacing right now, guys? Is this slowed down? And if that's the case, Cups energy, I feel is, I want to say months. I think it's months in tarot, but it's not the slowest energy. It's not the fastest either, but it's typically at a very solid pace. I think with the surrounding energy though, it's not a bad thing, especially if this person is very unwilling to make a bad judgment call. They don't want to make a bad mistake. They want to weigh all the pros and cons before making those decisions. And it could have to do with commitment. It could have to do with locking in on an actual relationship, regardless of how they feel. And let's see if that is the case. But either way, this person's emotions are through the roof and expanding. Like there's no glass ceiling here, guys. Like this is expanding above and beyond what this person probably ever dreamed of. And they're coming in calm and cool as a cucumber, but I feel like the energy behind the scenes, it's bubbling. It's bubbling to the surface. It's that giddy energy. Got those honks in the background. All right, let's move on. We got a lot of Oracle. We're starting with the Heart's Hidden Secrets. I want to see the energy spirit of how else are they feeling about Group 2 right now. Any specific emotions, feelings, anything that we need to unpack or dig deeper on. We have memories. What else do we need to see, Spirit? How are they feeling? Conflict. Time. Stress. Okay, now this is where the details are coming, guys. Karma. I'm getting that something about their karmic past. They may still be releasing or challenged by some of that past energy that comes through, that's coming through. And it could show up as memories that are lingering in their subconscious. Beauty. Ooh. But here you are. You know, I do feel no matter what though, it boils down to we're tuning into their emotions and their feelings. it is, I think it's very beautiful emotions and feelings that they have directed towards you. That doesn't mean that they don't have other things going on in their emotional field within the capacity of what they are balancing. It could be why they are taking a little bit of a timeout. The Hanged Man isn't really forward movement. However, the Knights usually are. The Knights usually are, to me, like that messenger, forward action. However, if we look deeper into the imagery of this particular knight, it's a knight that's looking into the cup. They're not making a move. They're monitoring, they're watching. They're gaining a different perspective. So again, I do believe that this person, time could be of an essence. That could be something that's stressing this person out, especially the way they feel when it comes to you. These memories could show up in multiple ways. It could be memories that they may have experienced with your energy. Whether you and this person have a long history or not, there's things that pop up for this person that this person feels, that spark of emotion. But again, this person is in full control. A King of Cups is someone that is in full control of how they are feeling. Whether they're wanting to be vulnerable or not, it's the King of Cups' decision. They're in control. It goes back to control. The King of Cups has a lot of power. They're very emotional, and their capacity to love is amazing. It's grand, and it's deep. But it's also up to the King of Cups how they are going to showcase this emotion. And right now, I feel like there is a little bit of a conflict when it comes to movement. And it could be where this person is transitioning into something that they're leaving behind in their past. Again, they don't want to make the same mistake twice. They don't want to be in the energy of conflict. And you are definitely coming through as someone that they just know is this beautiful, pleasurable. I'm not sure why that's coming through, but pleasurable in the sense where they feel really good, even just thinking about you in that emotional, loving way. That's lifting the stress, if anything is lifting the stress off this person. But also it could be time. Maybe timing is important in this particular reading, guys. And that could be hard to hear too, especially if this is a confirmation of how much this person is feeling for you. And right now in this connection, it's love, but yet is this person moving forward? And if that's not the case, what's going on? Why is time of an essence? So I want to move on to truth. I want to see what else we could get with how they are feeling. Now let's dig a little deeper with some of this stuff that we are unpacking. Because it feels like, butterflies, rainbows. But when we're digging, there is conflict that's buried. Commitment. Wow. I had a feeling because I had that flash of red, but I wasn't sure. And I wanted to finish my thought, but commitment, guys. Rest. Drinks. Hot toddy. Is that a drink? I don't know why I said that. Hope and torment. Bottom of the deck, miss you. Oh, wow. Beauty and now miss you. Here's the thing, guys. I do believe that part of how they are feeling emotionally charged, it's also, you know, the key word I mentioned is control. This is a person that may have felt out of control at one point when it came to emotions. I don't think that's the case. I do believe they understand it. They are accepting of it. But they're not making a move. However, I do feel like part of their emotions, part of what they are understanding, especially with the Two of Cups, and now we're getting commitment, is how serious this is, what type of connection this would develop into. There's hope for the future. There's hope for a commitment. There's hope for an actual relationship I'm getting from this person. Right now, they could be going through a little bit of torment, guys. But I don't think they're sitting in it. A lot of what they are leaving behind are those feelings of torment and stuck energy. You know, that's like the Four of Cups. It's like not, like imagine seeing a beautiful gold cup in this person's like demeanor. This person is not going to, you know, give, right? They're not going to notice any type of cup coming their way when they're in this torment energy. And for some reason, I'm allotting this to the Four of Cups, that maybe that's what this person is getting out of. And if they're getting out of it, it's easier to see those opportunities, specifically someone that they are feeling emotions with, emotions that are feeling hopeful. I'm getting like a warm drink before going to bed for some reason. It's like a comfort, something comforting. They may be sipping on something and thinking about you, resting. It could be in the morning, drinking coffee, looking out their window. It could be at night. Either way, you are on their mind. And I do believe that they're specifically thinking about future relationship, commitment, and there is a positive energy surrounding this. I also feel like one of the things, though, that's bringing them down is whatever karmic situation, person that they are leaving in the past affected them. I don't know what it is that is lingering within them. It could be anything, guys. It could be just yucky emotions, conflicted emotions. I don't know. But I do believe that that's not how they are feeling when you cross their mind. It's like the extreme opposite. So that's why I'm getting more so that this is a separate situation or karmic connection that they've healed from or are still kind of leaving in the distance. But I think along the way there could have been a disconnect between you and this person because of whatever it is that they were dealing with. So that's the energy that I'm picking up for this group, for the right collective. However, if for some of you, this is one person, and you and this person have had some betrayal and a very difficult ending, I do believe that this person this is still lingering in this person's mind of not wanting to lead in that energy, which is probably why they haven't made a move yet. So let's see. Let's move on. We got the true love. I want to see the romantic energy surrounding this person's emotions, and maybe we could get some more detail of if there's going to be any movement, or any other message we need to see when it comes to this person's feelings about you right now, group 2. Spirit, what do we need to see with the true love for our group 2 when it comes to this person? Distorted feminine, wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we got sexuality. I definitely gonna have to cover this, so we're gonna put miss you on top of that. But again, to go back to beauty, and now we're getting that, it's the feeling of this person definitely has like this activation, this passionate activation when it comes to you. Is it activating them enough to move? They could be waiting for serendipity, you know, the divine timing of things. That could be something that they are contemplating. There could already have been a lot of indicators, signs. We got the High Priestess, that this person could have noticed, or it could have fallen in their, you know, their vision, it could have crossed their path, something serendipitous when it comes to you and your energy. And again, two of Cups could be a soulmate, guys. It could be like a soul divine connection. At least this is what this person is feeling. So this could be past, present, future, serendipitous. That could mean everything, right? It's serendipity. And the feeling of you never know, expect the unexpected is coming through. Distorted feminine energy, guys, that's difficult energy. Whether it's this person is male, female, whether you're male, female, it does not matter. This distorted feminine energy is someone that is sitting in a little bit of that lack of worthiness. It could be someone that is not releasing thought, ego, could be leaning in more toward needing, codependency, that type of. And if this is something this person is coming out of or healing or getting through, no wonder they're not making a move right now, guys. They could be learning what boundaries are for them, what's going to build their own worthiness, what's going to make them feel strong, not only emotionally when it comes to you and love, but also externally. Because we are getting strength. We are getting, with the tarot, we got a lot of upright energy with the Cups energy. It's very strong, emotionally strong, and it's kind of leading the way for this person right now. But at the same time, we're getting the energy of this person still taking a step back and allowing these lessons to come in. Part of this is what they are viewing their own boundaries to be. And that could look like in multiple ways. What they don't want to repeat, what they don't want to make the same move again. Again, they don't want to misjudge anything. So what boundaries, what is that going to look like for them? What might it look like for you? Either way, they want it to feel aligned. They want it to feel perfectly matched and suitable. So, now are they feeling that right now? I feel like they're still a little tormented in some way. That is something that they are evolving out of, though, guys. Because no matter what, their emotions, their strength, and emotions of how they truly feel for you is ultimately what's going to push them into movement after a time of rest. But it's going to be when they are ready and when they have grown into their divine energy. Whether it's feminine, masculine, it doesn't matter. They could be in their strong masculine energy right now, but their distorted feminine needs work. And again, if that needs to be worked out, how do you start a new relationship, a loving relationship, when you're a little bit in your distortion, in your toxic energy that you are healing and learning and figuring out from? So with that in mind, let's move on to Romance Angels. Let's see. Spirit, what do we need to see with Romance Angels? How are they feeling right now, though? What's the romance? What's the romance behind this energy of their feelings? Any indicators of movements? This fell on the ground. Romantic feelings? Well, absolutely. Actually, we could put this here so we could still keep an eye on everything else. Feels very aligned. Spirit, what do we need to see? Their feelings for group 2 right now. Release your ex. Wow. I just needed to see what it was. And there it is. Trust. Healing family issues. Very soon. Bottom of the deck, finances and career. That could be something that they're focused on unintentionally to help them balance out the energy of everything else that they're dealing with in their romantic personal life. When it comes to karmic, when it comes to whatever entanglement that they're leaving, whether it's old habits, patterns, when it comes to you, if this is the same energy coming back in, or if it's something that they're healing and learning and moving on from. It's like the distorted feminine energy that's coming through for them right now, guys, I'm feeling is them when it comes to trust. Are they leaning more into codependent attachment style by searching you up, by keeping tabs on you, by looking at you in social media, and that's all they are doing? And if that's the case, they're lacking trust. So something about that, I feel as though they are healing a lot of things that, again, is all encompassing for them right now. But it is blasting through this emotional, like their heart's chakra is completely opened. It's completely blasted open and it's growing at an alarming rate, which is probably why this person wants to pace themselves when it comes to movement. But very soon is an indicator that I don't think this person is going to be sitting in this for long. This person has gained a different perspective. They are learning what they need to learn. They are seeing things at a different angle and seeing the big picture when it comes to you, romance, and what they need to heal and leave behind. They don't want to carry it into a new endeavor. And they understand this. It's like they're looking at it from that healthy angle, guys. But something needs to click into place. So that's kind of the last step for this person. But I do feel like it's happening very soon. So what does that mean for you? Let's get into our final messages, our advice messages. Spirit, what do we need to see with everything that we picked up on with this energy for group 2? You know, what in the meantime, right? Like I would never recommend waiting. I would never recommend any of that. And like I said, this is not fast moving action. This is going to develop, but it's going to come in very sure, very promising. But it's going to be baby steps, if anything else. And it's going to grow and develop over a course of time, okay? So what does that mean for you? Let's get into it. Spirit, what do we need to see? Intuitive whispers, what do we already know internally for group 2? What's our messages, Spirit, for group 2 when it comes to this energy? What do we need to see? Okay, guys. Slow down. Wow. Talking about movement, pacing. Maybe that, and look, it's a number 1. It reminds me of like that ace energy, that new beginning. And maybe that's what it represents. Like if and when there is this new beginning, especially if you and this person are already kind of broaching communication, leaning more into each other, you're feeling it's coming closer, pace it. It's okay to slow down. Like sand through an hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Take it one day at a time. And again, allow maybe for serendipitous exchanges to happen. Maybe that's what this person is allowing for as well, especially if it is actually happening. You know, there is that spiritual energy coming through, guys, because we got the High Priestess, we got the Two of Cups, we're getting serendipity. It could all feel very aligned in perfect timing. So let's see. We got card number 12, which is the Hanged Man energy, Pisces. The more powerful, you're more powerful than you know. That golden mirror, it feels like, you know, she's looking through a looking glass, and look at how beautiful. She's looking at a waterfall, this beautiful scene in nature. It's like giving that Beauty and the Beast vibes for some reason with the gold dress. We're also getting card number 19, the Sun energy. How gold is that, right? That solar plexus energy is coming through. Wisdom, power, self-discipline. I feel like you've come a long way. Group 2, move your body to move your emotion. Wow. Some of you might be a lot more emotional than I mentioned. I am getting a little frog in my throat, like I want to cry for some reason. So this could be triggering, especially knowing that this is an emotional, you know, this King of Cups, this Two of Cups, all this Cups energy, like that could be emotionally triggering as well. So maybe Spirit is coming in, you know, regardless of how beautiful you might be feeling or not. You could also be dealing with your own torment. Love doesn't always feel good depending on where the energy is, whether it's distorted or not. So maybe moving your body, going for a walk, exercising, dancing, taking a cold shower, whatever it is that you need to do to kind of switch up your energy, i.e. maybe your emotion. Don't hold back though. Don't feel you need to hold back your emotions or hide your emotions. If you want to cry, cry. If it's tears of joy or torment, it's okay. It's still a purging of some kind. It's still a release of some kind. And then we're getting intuitive journaling. Ooh. I love intuitive journaling. Card number 25. Journaling has been something I've done since I was a kid. I'm like on my 45th or 50th? We're maybe in the 50s now. I don't know. Journal. I have no idea. So I could say this to anyone I come across. Journal. Write. And some of you may be journalers like I'm expressing that I am, right? If you fell off, maybe Spirit is saying, go in nature, sit under a tree, a shaded tree, and just write whatever comes to mind. Free write. See what comes out. Don't worry about mistakes, grammar, how it looks. Just get it out on paper. So I think this is a couple of ways Spirit is saying for you to kind of tune in and balance your own energy. We're getting a little bit of that sacral energy, that solar plexus energy, and a little bit of that third eye. So I feel like it's very all-encompassing right now. You're feeling emotions, that passion, but you're also feeling that calmness of spirit and knowing that this could be something very beautiful, but all in good divine timing. With that in mind, guys, I hope this message helped and gave you insights to this person, what they're feeling, what's going on right now. Let me know in the comments if this resonated. Send a like. That really helps the channel and it goes a long way. Subscribe if you haven't, and hopefully I will see you again. Bye, guys. Hello, guys, and welcome to your reading today. If you chose the Jasper Crystal and or the Wild Reflections Tarot deck, then group 3, you made it to the right place. So let's get into it. You know, how are they feeling about you right now? This person that you are currently thinking about. This person who's on your mind. We're tapping into that energy of what is going on with their emotions, with their feelings for you in the current energy whenever you come across this reading, guys. So let's see. Spirit, thank you so much for coming through as always for our collective energy of our group 3. May we get the best messages for our group 3's higher self today, Spirit. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So how are they feeling about you right now? What is the current energy? Spirit, what do we need to see today in regards to this energy for group 3? How is this person feeling right now for group 3? So we're getting the 5 of Wands falling out in reverse as our first card. How are they feeling? We're getting a Knight of Wands also falling in the reverse, guys. So some fire energy coming through right out the gate, which is Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Goodness, all of these. And it's funny because it like rolled in reverse. Knight of Swords. Interesting. 2 knights. That doesn't necessarily mean there's 2 different energies in this, or I should say 2 different people. So let's see where this is headed. Spirit, how are they currently feeling for our group 3s? 10 of Swords. And now we're getting a Queen of Cups in reverse. This is interesting, guys. Because now I'm getting an energy of betrayal of someone. And it's not a backstabbing betrayal. It's someone that knows exactly. It's like they predicted this was going to happen. Someone predicted this was going to happen. And now here we are. We have the Empress in reverse. Wow. So this is our first major arcana. Card number 3, Taurus energy. And now we're getting the 6 of Wands, upright, mind you, coming through with the Knight of Wands in reverse. Oh, okay. I think I'm getting the message. We have the 10 of Cups, and that's with the Knight of Swords in reverse. It's feeling a little bit, I'm going to be honest, guys, like love bombing. Someone that may have offered someone the world, someone that could have seemed very promising, may have delivered a promising future, but something... Maybe that's what has been betrayed. Almost as though you saw this coming. Whoa, okay. This is falling to the ground. And we're getting another Knight, a Knight of Pentacles, with the 10 of Swords, the offer of commitment. I mean, this is 3 knights showing up, guys. And it's almost as though, is this person wearing a mask? Have they showed you so many different sides, and some of it, no me gusta, like you don't like it. And now we're getting the Hermit in reverse, which is coming through with the Queen of Cups in reverse. This person is not going inward, guys. I'm going to be honest, I'm not liking this energy in the current state. It doesn't feel like this person is in a reflective energy. They're not going inwards. They're not facing some of the things that they need to heal, face. Right now, I am getting the energy that they are feeling pretty betrayed. And the funny thing is, I feel as though they may be sitting in the knowledge of knowing that they may have been the catalyst to some sort of betrayal. Maybe they are the ones that, it's almost as though whatever it is that they offered backfired, and they don't even realize that that in and of itself may not have been the best thing, the best foot to put forward with you. And so if you walked away, or if you felt like you needed to kind of exclude yourself from this energy, they may be looking at that as a betrayal, when in and of its essence, you're protecting yourself, especially if they've shown you that they aren't either trustworthy, they're not mature enough to handle this connection in some regard. We're getting the Knight of Wands in reverse, and typically I get that energy of a little bit immaturity, someone that can be very rash, can go on their whims, they don't think things through. This could also feel like that player energy that I pick up on sometimes, and it's coming through with the Six of Wands, a person that is used to success, a person that may have shared the vision of what success with them could look like, and yet the offer is coming a little bit under a guise of a mask that truly isn't who they are. They may have misrepresented themselves. It could have been something that they fought for. We're getting a little bit of a competitive energy. We got the Empress in reverse coming through with the Five of Wands in reverse. You know, this is giving a little bit like, I'm just going to say it because I hear it, guys, and it sounds, I don't like this phrasing, the trophy wife. Like just having someone because they look good, but they really don't add any value, any substance. And here's the thing, they may not have realized what they were fighting for, or they may have, which is obvious, that they may have fumbled the ball. They may have fell flat on their face. And honestly, I feel as though you might be blocking them. You might have very heavy boundaries, especially if they are seeing you. And somewhat, you know, again, not that you're offering it right now to them, but you have come across to them as someone that has a loving nature, that is a nurturer, that sees the benefit of the doubt, that gives someone the benefit of the doubt more times than not. But I think in this current energy, there is a withdrawal. And I feel as though they are looking at this as they're feeling hurt over it. They're feeling that hurt over it because they're thinking about the offer. They're thinking about what they did right. They must have shown you to some degree, and this is what they're reflecting on too, perhaps, but they've shown you to some degree what they could offer if they were to give it to you 100%, but they weren't giving it to you 100%. It was like a glimpse. And you should know what I'm talking about. This could be very specific. It could be a behavior, a pattern, a consistency, something that you felt could have developed into something, you know, worthy of a 10 of cups, worthy of a future oriented type of scenario. But the other kind of avenues, or the other way this person showcased themselves, is in a Knight of Swords energy in reverse. Someone that's lacking the insight, someone that isn't invested in digging deep in maybe even conversation. Maybe you've realized that this kind of person is surface level right now when it comes to conversation, when it comes to discussions, that the intelligence is perhaps a little bit mismatched, and maybe even the vision of the future is a little bit misaligned with how this person, or how this person views what a future happy ending could look like, even though they may not be giving that energy of what it takes. And then we're also getting the Knight of Wands, which I've already kind of mentioned. You know, what I associate it with. And that being said, we're also getting an energy of someone that isn't going inward. They're not reflecting. They're not really taking the opportunity to kind of figure out what they want. We got the Three of Wands in reverse here, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It's like this person could be lacking that transformative energy of growth. You know, so maybe in their life they are feeling a little unfulfilled. They are feeling a little lackluster. And they could be playing the victim as well, especially if they're feeling betrayed by something that they may have probably unintentionally activated in this connection, which is a disconnect. So I do believe that this is a lesson this person should be learning, but they're not learning it. And I feel as you, collective, you might see the big picture here. And you might be kind of blocking your energy to this person right now. I want to see if we could dig a little deeper with this Knight in reverse energy, Spirit. Is this player energy? Is this the type of energy that's reckless? Is this the type of energy you can't really count on to be honest or even just be faithful? Like, what are we looking at here? Seven of Swords, guys. There it is. This is a person. This is considered the liar card to many readers, you know, like this is a person that's not going to be, that's not coming from a place of honesty. So there it is. But is there any other detail with this King of Swords in reverse? Wheel of Fortune. They may be dealing with a lot of karmic entanglements right now. They could also, again, be trapped in some sort of cycle, loop, karmic cycle or loop. A lesson that they need to learn that they're not really learning right now. I do believe that they're lacking that intelligence or insight. I don't want to say that they're lacking intelligence. That's so bogus. But it feels as though they keep their eyes are always wandering to what's next. That they always are looking to up level without really going inward and reflecting on maybe the pattern or cycle that's presenting itself that they may not be seeing right now. So, guys, you know, we're talking about how are they feeling about you. They are feeling, again, to go back to the energy of a little bit, they're playing the victim. They are feeling a little betrayed. They are feeling that you should be catering maybe perhaps more toward them. Yet they're coming through as knights that you can't trust. Knights that are lacking that vision, that insight. And maybe offering you something that they have no business offering you at this time. So, whoa. All right, guys. Let's get into the oracle. I wasn't expecting this group 3, but you know, you never know the complexities of some of these readings. You just never know what the energy is. So if you're still here, that means you are resonating, and I hope you're okay. Let me know in the comments, I mean, what's going on. Oh, I could feel your frustration. I could feel your... But I could also feel your release. Like the ultimate knowing that this is not your person, or at least you're recognizing it in this current energy. So I want to see if we could dig a little deeper, see what else, maybe redeemable qualities or intention or emotion that this person might now be feeling in the current energy, aside from what we're picking up on with the tarot. Or maybe we'll get those confirmations, or just double confirmations, I should say. Confusion. This is a heart's hidden secrets. Escaping. Curse. Family. Loyalty. I feel like I saw a dog somewhere else. Where was that? And I didn't mention it. Oh, there it is. The Knight of Wands with that dog on that boat. And now we're getting the loyalty, the dog. Now here's the thing, guys. They could be feeling some sort of loyalty to this energy, but this is the type of person that could get easily distracted, perhaps. You know, again, they go with their whims. They go with what they are feeling in the moment. Healthy or not, it's the feeling of them kind of not worrying about the consequences after the fact. But here's the thing, when it comes to you, there is a focus. There's definitely a focus. This person does have you on their mind. You know, we're getting family, we got the 10 of Cups, and then there's a loyalty in that. However, is this person worthy of you? If you truly are coming through as the Empress, and right now the Empress is either blocked to them, and we also got the Queen of Cups, both in reverse. But if that is your energy at set point, the Empress, Queen of Cups, it is very loving and compassionate. And again, it does go back to what they do, you know, see when it comes to you. But it's a very selfish, I'm just being honest, guys. It's feeling like a very selfish energy, because it's like they want their cake, but they also, what is it? But they want to eat it too. You know, they want more. And again, they could be a little confused. I'm getting the energy too, like, you know, this could be making them pause. But are they going to take that moment to go inward? They could be blocking themselves right now. They could be escaping, distracting. Again, it goes back to that energy. It's like this person has the potential of transformation. You know how, like, when you could see the potential in someone or something, and that is why it could be frustrating, collective? Like, that's what could be so frustrating. But the thing is, it's like, that's exactly what it is. It's potential. It's up to this person whether they decide to grow and change and evolve. Because right now, it does feel that they're sitting in an energy of escaping. So let's dig a little deeper. I want to see with our Truth Oracle. We got a lot of Oracle to cover. See if we could get some more details on this energy, on this person, if you're still interested. So let's see, Spirit, with the Truth Oracle, what do we need to see? Taboo. Miss you. Intuition. Drinks. Kind of want one more. Home. The funny thing is, we're getting like the Three of Wands in reverse, which to me always feels like that sense of yearning that I wasn't really getting from this person. But now we're getting miss you. So maybe there are moments in this person's energy, perhaps when they're at home. And again, it might be uncomfortable. It might be that energy that they're fighting, or they're not really leaning into their intuition in that way. Because it feels where this person is, this is hard to come by, this type of energy for this person. street at the bottom of the deck. I feel as though, if anything, they're more so out in the street. You know what I mean? They're like, they're not at home. So if they are, maybe that is when these emotions might come through. But are they going to want to sit with it? I don't think so, guys. I'm going to say they want to distract. They could be distracting themselves with partaking in alcohol, some sort of libation that is, I don't know, you know, it could be something that's helping them not focus. Again, they're escaping. So, and if they are at home, I still feel like there is an energy of escaping. You know, if they're not in the street, if they're not out, they're not doing whatnot, who knows. But I feel as though if they are at home, there is maybe that energy of they're not trying to fantasize, but maybe that's what they're trying to distract themselves from. Because I keep going back to this image that I'm seeing in the taboo card. And maybe for them, like fantasizing, that's not the type of energy. This feels like a person that takes action pretty fast and moves on pretty fast. You know, they're not the type of person that lingers. So if you're making them pause, I mean, again, but that doesn't mean this is the right person for you. I'm just saying. All right, so let's move on. Look in the background. Let's move on to the true love. I want to look at true love and then romance angel. Let's see, Spirit, you know, where is it romantically? If we could get authentic energy of their feelings for our group 3. Embrace yourself, because even if this person does have like really strong emotions for you, are they the right person, you know? All right, forgiveness is coming through. Resolving conflict, guys. This is... And then we got that sexuality card coming through, which... What are we going to use, Spirit? Let's use... let's just use one of our... pyramids, and then we'll move it with our next. Oh my god, the divine feminine, and look at that. I have to cover her too. So let's cover her, or actually no, let's put street. All right, I got it, guys. Here's the thing, to go back to fire energy, to go back to that energy of this person leading with their physical prowess, if that's how you say it. But I do feel like, again, they are passionate about you. That's a lot of where their emotions and feelings are stemming from. But I also feel like whatever it is that went south, especially if they are viewing you like a divine feminine, someone with that energy of sovereign strength, you know, someone that is the Queen of Cups, the Empress, but that is blocked to them right now. They do not like that feeling of you not sharing your kindness with them. I feel as though it's taking it's like a wound to their ego. So again, it goes back to self, guys. I'm just saying. It does feel like a very... It does feel like a very selfish energy. I had to make sure I wanted to say that about this energy right now. Because I do feel like even with forgiveness and resolving conflict, a lot of it has to, it circle back to making them feel better about it, is the energy that I'm getting. They're really not leaning in toward fixing this. Yet they want like automatic resolution. I'm hearing the Aaliyah song, Resolution. All right, let's get into romance angels. And you know what? You, collective, you could be of the mindset right now like you're over it. You could be giving up on the hope of resolving this, or there could be a quick fix in the future. But that's not necessarily gonna resolve the underlying issue that exists between you and this energy, and or this person, I should say. This person is very fleeting energy. I'm not getting the committal type, even though they may be or may have shared or showcased that to you. I feel like that's where the betrayal energy existed in the first place. So with that, I want to get into our last layer of details with Romance Angel Spirit. What do we need to see? How are they currently feeling? What is the truth of it? What's going on right now? Anything else? I think all of us are kind of looking at passion, and now I see attraction coming through. Bottom of the deck, past life relationship. This, well, you could also look at it as a karmic connection that you need to learn a lesson from. So past life could mean a lot of different things. This person could be looking at you and at a deeper level in some regard, with intuition. I mean, they could be magnetically pulled to you in multiple ways. Definitely a strong pull with attraction. I mean, look at all this energy. We got passion, attraction, sexuality. You know, it's something that attracted them and impressed you upon them in the first place. It says, love yourself first, and then we're also getting trust. Could you trust this person? Is this person someone that is able to present trustworthy intentions? With their actions and their words need to be aligned in order to build trust. And trust isn't built in one night. If trust was damaged in any way, guys, that's going to take time to rebuild, whether this person comes back in or not, right? So it's not just, you know, completely forgiving this person and pretending like nothing happened. It could just be also forgiving this person and you moving on. Either way, I'm already feeling we're getting into advice for you, collective. Because I feel like you already know this. I feel like you're already like, yes, like, exactly. Like I feel like you're passionate as we are reading the energy of these cards. And again, it's going to take your will too, not to succumb back to this energy. Do you trust this person? If it's just for a good time and you see this person, you see right through them and you're okay with it, that's a different story, guys. But if you're not okay with it and you want and deserve something better at this point with this energy, this is not it. And I think you know this. So with that in mind, let's get your final advice messages, Spirit. What do we need to see as we close out our reading for group 3? One next step. Card number 36. Got a little constricted in the chest, you know? I feel it. I feel it. This could be tough sometimes for some of you. All right, we have gift yourself. Card number 28. Aw, I love it. Spirit is saying like that energy of just pleasing yourself in some way, guys. Taking yourself out, doing what you got to do to, you know, cherish yourself, spoil yourself. However that may look, whether it's spoiling yourself, you might have to, you know, put some money into it, take yourself out on a vacation. go to the spa, buy yourself something new, buy yourself a new pair of shoes, a new bag, get a new haircut, whatever it is, right? But it could also be gifting yourself time, rest, relaxation, going out in nature. So however that feels or means to you, I think Spirit is saying go with it. It's gonna feel like a gift. It's gonna feel like something that's reviving you in a very powerful way. I'm looking at that snake energy is the first thing I'm noticing, and the wingspan. It's giving the duality of snake, shedding one snake. It's card number 18, the moon. Emotions are energy in motion. Shedding emotions, guys. It's like you're releasing. You might be purging right now, even as we are ending this reading. Even as I feel the strength rebuilding within you. It could also be part of a purge. You could be crying. You could be emotional. You could be feeling that angry. You know, that anger, that zap, that frustration. But again, this is something you're shedding. This is something you're transcending. And emotions are energy in motion. So remember that whatever it is that you're going through in the moment with your energy, it's something you have to go through, but it's something you shouldn't sit in. It's evolving. It's in motion. It's not something that lasts forever or stays forever. So remember, emotions are energy in motion. It's meant to dissolve eventually. And then finally, we are ending it with become your own priority. Card number 13, death. Transformation, walking through the threshold, taking that journey, taking one step at a time, guys. You're going to get there. And you know what? I feel as though you're going to come into such a beautiful energy when you start focusing on yourself and building the dream come true around yourself. Gosh, I'm getting like emotional. Ooh, just breathe, guys. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be okay. Right, Moon? Moon says yes. On that note, I love you guys, and this is where we're gonna leave your reading. I hope that you're okay. Let me know in the comments how this resonated or what's going on with you. Send a like, that goes a long way. Subscribe if you haven't, and hopefully I will see you again. Bye, guys.